Okay. All right. Tell me if you can hear me well. Can you hear me well? Okay. All right, guys. Welcome to the webinar. Let's get started. Tell me if there are any problems later on. Okay, yeah, I can hear myself. That's good. So yeah, let's dive straight into to the action. So just a quick recap. So basically, uh last webinar we were here, and yeah, so we were here. I think it was around here, or maybe here. I can't remember exactly. And yeah, we got the huge dump, and then like I said, the only thing you had to remember from last webinar was that even though we dump, we're likely to stay in this range before the next dump. Because remember, even though this is a very sharp move down, what do they usually do? After a spike, we correct. Okay? So even though this trend is going to continue, we're likely to go sideways. So don't jump into the short. Can you jump into the short now? Absolutely. Okay, so if you're still bearish, now is a decent time, and there are signs as to to convey the possibility of this going lower and this not being the pattern that we're looking for. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about this right now. It's because okay, I keep on hitting F12 instead of delete. It's because it really looks like this, right? So I put this in my last webinar. Manny also uh told us, yo, it looks very similar, and and they look exactly the same, right? So we get a spike, we get a 1 2 3, and then we continue dumping. Same thing here. So you know stocks aren't really going up, and the market is just like holding its own weight. But at one point, it's gonna probably go down, right? Now I don't really like playing puts here, but I would certainly look for flies. And by the way, um, why did we not short? Well, we were short this, but why did we get out? Okay, so why did we get out of this one? All right, so we were short this, but as soon as it broke the low, we took some majority of our profits. I still kept the short because there's still a possibility of this, but I took majority of my profits off, and it's because of what? All right, it's because this is a correction. Okay, so this is a correction, and I posted this possibility in the chat. So again, um, and if you remember, that was on Sunday, and I said, guys, we have to be careful because the yen also gapped down that day. And what yen when yen does a gap down, what does it usually indicate? It indicates that it's about to reverse. All right, so let me show you. Let me show you actually USD yen. Any yen charts gap down, but it doesn't really matter. In this whole move down, yes, it gapped down here, but that's insignificant. But here, this was a huge move in January, right? So that was a huge gap down that was immediately filled, and after that we just went up. So this is also a good indication here, right? See, boom, that was when we had the huge downside move, and then bang, we gapped down and then came all the way back up. As soon as we come all the way back up on the 1 hour, look to switch position, right? See, we tried to push down doji and then push higher, right? And I posted this in the chat. So this is also an indication that we're likely to reverse. All right, so you know, there you go. Now this indicates that now for this pattern to be complete, obviously we only need one thing is that you know we need just to break the high here. Okay, so as soon as we break the high here, it's completed technically. Okay, it's very it's very messy. We broke this high, so technically it is completed. All right, and this can be, even though it's not the best, but this can be seen as a triple, well, not a triple three, but like this three wave right here for downside, where you have a three wave inside. And do you guys know how this is called? Like, it's called a fractal. Okay, so a fractal is something on lower time frames that appear on bigger time frames. So this is the 1 hour. If I were to look on the 4 hour, sorry, the daily, yeah, so the daily is a little bit better. Okay, so that's why. Okay, let's continue. So that's it. Now, do I think this is gonna totally dump? Um, it's very possible. Now I have, like I explained in the chat, I have no clue as to what is likely to happen. I would just like for this to continue going sideways, and maybe even just come and touch that 292 line. Like that's pretty bullet. And there you go. We have alerts on SPX, but it doesn't mean anything. This is just for Eric's bots, I think. But yeah, anyway, so I would like for it to come all the way to 2922, and then we can see if, as soon as it rejects there, we could I would be very inclined to take the short. Okay, so that's what you need to remember. So if we come to like the, to the low 2920s and we reject there, I would be I would be chasing the short, because we might get a repeat of this. All right, we might get a repeat of this here. Basically, what I'm saying is that the correction is over, and we could get a repeat of what we had here, all the way to like 2755, or even lower, to be honest. Okay, it doesn't matter that we have this as the completed pattern right now. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. So yeah, guys, like I said, we got the sideways we wanted, that we talked about last webinar. And now can we get this? Absolutely. Okay, now it is possible. But again, I would like for SPX to come all the way back up to that 2922, and if it rejects there, I would be inclined to take the short. Japanese market, same thing. So again, you look at the Japanese market for what? For comp analysis. So we got a nice sideways here, and yes, we could look for the dump now. Okay, so spike, 1 2 3, spike. Okay, very simple. Nasdaq, same thing. Nasdaq is very weak, so but doesn't really matter. Nasdaq, same thing. I would like for it to spike one more time to the upside, and then give us the downside. Okay, for us to go even lower. All right. EU, EU kind of giving us a bull flag formation here. So EU should pop, but then it could come back down here to that trend line at the very least. At the very least. Okay. So yeah, coming back to that trend line. And UK 100 is a nice pattern here. So yeah, this one is pretty nice. Oh yeah, also Russell. So Russell is a nice one too. So as you can see, this one is pretty nice. So we're looking for this to come down even more. Um, and yeah, if it can't come all the way back up to that 1500, then we are going to get a repeat of this. Okay, it's because it's ready to give us the bigger spike. Okay, it's just ready. So and like I said, we have to be to be understanding of the fact that we have VIX seasonality coming up. Okay, and that we were pumping right before the Labor Day. Like that's just such a signal that we're going to have a sell-off. Now, do I see the potential of us going back up? Yes. Of us going higher? Yes. But the more I look at VIX, the more I look at everything, I'm scared to be long right now. Okay, I'm really scared. So I just wanted to point that out. That you we have the ingredients to go down. Okay, now so therefore you should hedge yourself if you have equity for sure. Um, but yeah, like, when is it gonna happen? I don't know. Or how is it gonna happen? I have no clue. But we have strategies like butterflies that don't really um that have reduced delta in case we drop right now, but that take also advantage of Vega. If 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 Vega increases a lot, man, those flies are gonna bump up because of the IV, and we're gonna have massive gains to to protect ourselves. Okay, so yeah, so just so all markets are potentially showing us some more downside, except for maybe EU. Also, Nifty is a very interesting one. So Nifty came back. I think it's gonna go back up one more time for more shorts. Okay, so look for this one. But Nifty is very interesting as well. Um, because this could be a completed pattern for upside. And we know that the Indian market likes to sometimes do its own thing. So we're going to be looking at this one as well. But yeah, this one is it came back down, should go back up, and we can look for more shorts. But we'll keep track of this one. Amazon. So Amazon, the problem with Amazon right now is that it's just so weak. Like, we came all the way back up last week, and what did it do? It just did this. Instead of being right back at the highs, it's only in the middle, which is a big problem because it's just showing weakness that I didn't want to see if I'm looking to hold long-term calls, to be honest. So um yeah. So what does this mean for Amazon? Are we ready to go to is so I'm asking myself, is this the pattern, or are we actually looking at the bigger pattern right now and looking to complete this one immediately, right? So these are legitimate questions which I don't have the answers to, okay? But these are still two open questions now. Like I said, if the short is ready on the SPX, then yes, it is technically ready also for Amazon. Now, do I see a completed pattern here? No. So I would wait. Obviously, you already know that I would wait for this to come all the way back up here, come back to the highs. Then yes, we if it does get rejected here, we can look for the short. All right, very very simple. Facebook as well. So Facebook tried to break out, came back down. So now we can look at this as as some more a channel for downside. Okay, so we should be able to come all the way back down here, all right, to that 174 range, and then we'll look to see what it wants to do. But this had a nice downside that we were looking at, and yeah, um, we should see more downside on Facebook, I think. Google. So Google, same thing as Amazon. I had wished to see this come all the way back up here before the short, but it didn't do it. It's very, very weak, so we have to be mindful of this. The short might be happening soon, so you want to be ready for that. Okay, because because listen, the more like here, I was obviously bullish because this is a nice pattern. So I was already in ES, right? So when you're in Google, you want to see this break this high to be bullish. Now, what did it do? It came all the way back down, which is a problem if you're long because this is just showing weakness when the market is at its highs. So what does this indicate? It means that if the market comes down now, then Google is going to go even faster to the downside because it's weak. All right. So yeah. Like I said, Google still has this move to the downside to that 980 to retest the lows because this is just a huge, huge, huge sideways on Google. Okay. But is it ready to go down now? Maybe. Again, I would like, same as Amazon, I would like for this to come all the way back up here for me to have a very clean setup. But as we all know, it's never clean. So can I get into a trade? Not really. Okay, not really. All right. VIX and VX and full backwardations. Yes, I know. So, you know, obviously, short VXX, Josh, right? Right? Short VXX. And when VXX goes up, what what am I gonna tell you? Oh, hedge yourself with some VIX calls. Right. You know who did that, right? Anyway, Apple. So Apple can is not looking good at all. Obviously, it's just going sideways. So I think we should forget about this. Obviously, if we break this trend line, uh, we'll be looking for shorts. But for now, this is just holding it. Now, do I see the possibility of Apple coming down lower? Obviously, I do. Right. So if you remember, as soon as we were looking Apple for Apple to retest this highs and then to go come back down here immediately. Now, obviously, we didn't get that, the we didn't get that. But what is the upside? It's very corrective. All right, so it's very corrective. So as soon as this breaks, this is gonna be the signal to get into the short. Okay, Netflix, still looking for the long, but it's not giving it to us. So I think we need to stop trading this for like a while because yeah, I mean, as soon as we're gonna get a good setup and this is gonna be like ready, I'm gonna get some calls. I'm still in the 300s, but I think I'm just gonna get out of them for a small loss. The 300s for October. Um, I wanted to leg into a diagonal and create a nice strategy, but obviously, this is just a stock that is gonna do this, 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 this. It's gonna be so bad to trade, man. I hate when it does that. So I think, you know, I think we just forget for like we stop trading this for a while because it's just so boring. I mean, it's not boring. It's just difficult to trade. Um, and yeah, they like fundamentally they're also losing some market shares to Disney. Disney is still a good long to be honest, even though it pulled back. So I'm still looking. Whoops, that might be wrong, but I'm still looking for this to go back up. All right, it's creating a nice base here, and you could see this as potentially a head and shoulders. It's decent. It's decent here for long. I still think that, and why is it still decent for long? It's because Disney is in a weekly trend, if you want, right? So we got a spike. Whoops. Oh, come on, man. We got a spike. We get a correction, and then we get another spike. So now we only get some corrections on like 4 hour time frames. So this is enough, and we're looking to go back up. Okay. Um, yeah, it's a nice pullback, and you can buy into it for sure. Um, he drew a triangle. Okay. No, I mean, listen, I don't condone these strategies, right? Like, I don't condone the fact that you look at RSI. I don't condone the fact that you look at triangles. The only thing is that it it's that you know th- you have to understand price action. Like if you understand price action and then apply these these filters to it, then yeah, it's perfectly fine. But if you have no idea of what price action is likely to do and what patterns are, then how can you like do stuff with that? It's just a jungle. So you know, I would tell people, yo, learn price action first and then apply these filters to it. I have no problem with that. Okay. So yeah, that's just a quick word on these things. Baba, let's do Baba. Yeah, still in a sideways, very boring action to be honest. Uh, but yeah, just wait for it. Let's see. Baidu also boring. Yeah, this is not good. Okay. Yeah, I mean the money is not in the market right now. Like you saw the action today. It's just in commodities. Like it's just in gold and silver. Like yeah. Oh, BA is nice. It's creating a nice base here. Okay, so if you're still in the condors for September, you're doing very fine. All right, they're like literally in the middle of the range, right? So the sell strikes are still 380, buy strikes 400, 320 sell strikes, and the 300 for the buy strikes. Okay, if you took the 340, 320, uh, 380, 400, it's even better, but this is gonna expire worthless. So you're gonna keep the credit. Okay, LMT looking for downside, but it's grinding. Yeah, these stocks are interesting. Caterpillar at support, but obviously it fell down because of the what's it called? The Labor Day, right? So by so they bought it before the Labor Day, and then on Labor Day they sold it, right? So yeah, sell the news. Um, is anything interesting here? Maybe Chewy. Chewy's still looking to go back up. It might take some more time. Um, yeah. I mean, do you guys want me to look at something? Maybe VIX. So yeah, so VIX is just getting bought up. Like that's also one of the reasons why I can't really I can't stress the long in the chat, right? I understand if you're short because VIX is looking aggressive. Like VIX is looking to break 25 potentially. Okay? If we're looking for SPX for a big wave down, then saying that VIX breaks 25 is just an understatement to be honest, right? Because these patterns are almost identical. It's crazy. And then you know what happened. Bang. Okay. So I guess that's the only thing that really matters in this webinar is to show you like the markets and VIX, uh, because some like the underlyings are not really doing that well to be honest. It's not like oh some underlying is better than the others, right? No, it's not that. It's really the market right now. So so yeah, um, VIX could explode. So be careful of that. And this is why you want to buy VIX. All right, so get long Vega. Okay, have some Vega positive, some positive, some things that increase when VIX goes up, right? Some positive Vega. I think that's how you say it. But yeah, I don't think there's any one stock. Even Nvidia is boring right now. It's just in a massive sideways. So I would avoid TLT. Let's look at TLT. Like bonds are even like bonds is looking like shop right now. Shopify. Okay. So bonds is you, it's better to look at TNX. So like I said, the yields are just whoops. The thing is that bonds are gonna go higher because yields are almost certainly gonna break this low. They're almost certainly gonna break this low. This is a classic pattern. Okay. So obviously we could bounce here, but we're still gonna go lower. Okay, so look for that. And thus, bonds are probably gonna get sold off here for sure, and maybe retest these levels. So the 142s. Okay, 142s, but then 142s, 141s, but then it's going to come back up. All right. Um, and that's going to be the next signal for the market. Let me talk about the yen a little bit so everybody understands. So yeah, like the yen is popped back up from previous levels, but it's coming back down now. So what we really need to look out for is whether we break out of this trend line. Right? As soon as we break out of this trend line, it means that the yen is getting sold off, right? Because it's the USD compared to the yen. So if if USD slash yen, which is the yen pair, goes up, it means that either two things can happen. Either the US dollar is strong compared to the yen, or the yen is is weaker compared to the dollar. All right. I hope it's clear. All right. Because think of USD yen as a fraction. Okay. So think of USD yen as a fraction. So U for the numerator and yen for the denominator. How can you make the result of this fraction bigger? Okay. By increasing U or by decreasing J. All right. Simple maths. Simple maths. Okay. So we need to look out for this one. But obviously, you know, there's nothing really convincing. Now, euro yen, can it reverse? Yes, but you know, it's not convincing at all, right? It's just staying near the bottoms. Pound yen as well. Nothing really. There's nothing conclusive for me to say, guys, this is a long. Guys, so this is why I'm honestly gonna tell you the truth. Like, I don't see like for what for what I'm seeing in front of me, the system is chaotic. So I cannot really make a forecast that is probabilistically speaking gonna give me an edge. In these cases, either have two things. You can hedge yourself for sure. You can hedge yourself right now. It's really recommended, I think, or you don't do anything. But you understand that if we drop down, you need to accept the fact that we're dropping. So we should you should exit some longs because you don't want to be the last one to sell your longs, dude. To be honest, you don't want to be the last one to sell your longs. Okay, so yeah. Um, okay, let's do some silver, and that's gonna be it. So silver still looking for 21. Okay, so we're looking for 21, so a retest of the highs, obviously, and then we're gonna see if this is a short then. Okay, so we get a nice 1, 2, 3, and then to see if we get another short back to even lower. Um, but this is just taking off, so like I said, every sideways you buy. Okay, I think I even mentioned the buy in the previous webinar, so if you took that, for sure it was good. I closed my long here at 16, made some good profit, but should have held some more. All right, I still have some physical silver, but nothing leveraged. That sucks, but it's fine. I'll take the physical one. XBT also is a good one. All right, so if you were in the chat, I gave the nice three wave on this one. Okay, so if you took this one, 1, 2, 3, spike, bull flag, and then up. Okay, just remember that metals like to do this one. So except especially XAU. So you get a spike, you get a 1, 2, 3, you come all the way back up. You think it's gonna explode? Nope. They bring it all the way down and then they take it off. Okay, same thing that happened to me here, but it's fine. I got taken out as the low. 1, 2, 3, right? Break the low. You look for the long, you think it's gonna explode. Nope, they bring it all the way back down and then they take it off. Okay, it takes off. They don't take it off. It takes off. So yeah, um, so yeah, that's it. Money is not in equities. It's in gold. So I mean, either you chase the gold train or I don't know, you try to hold on to your equities. um, But yeah, it's you know, like I said, we're looking for I'm looking for a retest of 2922 because this is still corrective. So even though we dump, it's likely for it to come all the way back up. Okay? So but as soon as we get a nice spike to that move to the upside, um for sure I'm loading some cheap flies. Okay? So if you have margin, some some wide flies, okay, some really wide flies. So I'm gonna be looking for 28 2750, oops, 28 2750 and 2700. Okay, so some 28 2750 and 2700. Like I said, guys, I don't have my CFA. I'm not a registered financial advisor, so I cannot tell you what to do with your money, but this is what I'm looking at. Okay, so you know, cheap flies to protect like a lot of equity is good. Um, Also look for a formula, but I wouldn't like if you have some equities and you really want to hedge everything. Obviously, you look with your CFA or look some formulas online, but I would take like some of them, right? With respect to how many contracts you have on ES or how many longs you have on ES. Okay, so yeah, I'm gonna run through some cryptos because yeah, so like we see here, that's a nice sideways for BTC. Okay, so BTC, what does this look like? Man, this looks like, wait a second, wait a second, whoops, doesn't this look like Disney? Huh, huh, interesting. Damn, it's looking similar. uh wow, it's actually the same thing. I'm kind of impressed. Wait, obviously it has nothing to do with that, but I just remember the pattern. So let me see. Uh, yo, sorry, this has nothing to do, but this is interesting. Hmm. Damn. This is the new BTC confirmed, right? This is the new BTC. Um, yeah, I mean, from what it looks like, this looks like a this looks like a long on BTC, but it 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 it, it looks like a long, but it's gonna take some more time. So here, obviously, we do have a possibility for a short, but I wouldn't take it here. Um, you can see that the 1 2 3 here for downside, but potentially. But if we do get the sideways here, we can get the same pattern as this. To be honest, these are almost the same players, I would guess. It's maybe an equity, but and this is a crypto, but same patterns repeat, right? So we could get this all the way back up here, come back down, and then for the big long, like on Diz. But it's gonna be a very big drawn out pattern, right? It's gonna take so much more time. Like it might be ready in November, dude. Like we might have to wait for November to really be like, okay, yeah, we're going to 1500. All right. Let's look at BTC.D. So this thing is breaking through new highs. I would wait now, but I think it's time to look into alts, because as soon as this comes down, yeah, alts are gonna rip. So we need to look into some alts. Now you can see that Ethereum is creating a big drawn out cup and handle pattern, right? So we get a nice move up, and then does this for a long time, and then it explodes. All right. So like I said, it might not be ready till November. Okay, we need to wait for some more time. But this is looking bearish. It's gonna move into Josh, Ethereum and BTC are just gonna move into in waves. Well, it's cliche because I say this all the time, but it's just going to be in a very, very big sideways for a long, long time. It's going to go down here. They're going to spike it back up. It's going to come back down slowly. They're going to spike it back up. And then bang, it's going to take off, right? But maybe next year. But not right now. It's not ready. Okay. It's going to create some tides, but it's not going to create like uh, a hurricane. Okay. Not right now. It's just not ready for it. Okay. Um, LTC same thing. So you can see, oops, you can see how they're curving it. So, and then they're gonna pop it. They're gonna come back down, pop it again. It's gonna be the same thing again, but at the very least right now we have a nice base to buy it off of, or what they call a support, right? So if we come back down to that below that $60 range, it's a buy. Okay, below that $60 range, it's a buy. And then they're gonna pop it back up, you sell, and then you wait for it to come back down, you buy again, you sell, etc. Okay. Okay, SPLK. Yeah, I like SPLK actually. Oh yeah, for sure. I like it. So okay, the problem with SPLK though is that I need to look at all the cybersecurity stocks, and like right now, WDay is fading, is falling from its huge uptrend. Now, do I think this is the fall of cybersecurity? Of course not. Like I'm really bullish. I should be buying some stock right now, but I'm not. Um, but yeah, SPLK right now is interesting. Now, is this the low? Who knows? Who knows? Um, do I have something that looked similar to that? Obviously, you could say that this is a pattern here. And oh, actually, I think I remember Pawn W actually did something similar. No, yeah, here, right? Hmm. Wait a second. No, they're not the same. But yeah, anyway. So yeah, I'm still bullish these stocks. The problem right now is that SPX is inflated. Now, if SPX goes down and we get the big down wave, do you want to be in some hyper growth stuff? Obviously not. Okay, obviously not. So I cannot I cannot tell people to buy this right now. But obviously, what I would be, if I were to only look at SPLK only and not SPX, I would tell you, hey, if it comes back up, you need to wait for some momentum. You wanna look for doji around this candle. So why a doji? Because this is potentially a completed pattern. Okay, so technically it's ready to go back up, but you want to buy into some momentum so you have like at least some form of buying going on. Okay, you don't want to buy when there's only selling, because the next day is likely to be a selling day. Okay, you want to buy after a buying day. Okay, like a green candle. So wait for a green candle on the daily that breaks this high. Okay, so the 110 where we started, and then as soon as we get this on the next correction, you can look for a long. Okay, but you want to wait for some buyers to step in, and then on the on the correction you buy. Okay, so that's it for SPLK. Otherwise, if it continues to fall, then I don't know, you can try to short it. But even Like look at what it's doing. It's so messy. Like yeah, it's very difficult to trade. Okay. So yeah, that's it, guys. Any other stock? Okay, TA, nice dip by op. That's nice sideways. This is such a tank. This is gonna go back up. This is gonna go back up. Dax. Hey Dax. Hope you're doing well, dude. So yeah, all in all, like we said, we do have this possibility of going down. We did get the sideways we wanted, and like I said, I'm just looking for a pop. If it gets rejected, if we get the pop, listen, this is the thing. This is the thing though. This is the thing. The thing you need to remember from this webinar is this. If we get the pop to the upside and it rejects, even if we break this low, I'm gonna be chasing the short. I'm gonna be chasing the short. Every pullback, I'm gonna short because it's ready. Okay, this is ready for the downside, and this is what understanding price action can tell you, right? That it's ready for this move to happen here. All right. When we were here, we were like, guys, wait before you short because we're likely to go sideways. Okay, we got the sideways, and now it's ready. Okay, so that's it, guys. If we get the pop here, we get some rejection. We'll be looking to take some shorts. I hope you enjoyed this webinar. It was very brief. I don't want to confuse you with some weird statements. I don't want to confuse you with like talking about what Trump did. This is useless, right? We're only here to look at charts. So I hope you, uh, you know, we look at charts and the catalyst will come. Okay. Um, so yeah, hope you make money uh, in September. And yeah, take care, guys. Peace.